Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to me vlogging in the Dubai garden again. Oh my goodness, we are back home in Dubai. It is Tuesday the 1st of June. It is just coming up to 9 AM and what a 24 hours it has been. Our journey home from Portugal was very long, very tiring. We had a layover in Frankfurt, but thankfully we were able to upgrade the last part of our flight and get business class with Emirates from Frankfurt to Dubai, which meant I got to put my feet up, we got to have a little sleep on the plane, and we landed at just gone 11:30, so didn't get home until about 1 AM this morning. I didn't sleep well at all last night. I tossed and turned all night long. I just couldn't seem to settle, and I don't know what it was. I think it was probably still processing the whole weekend and show and all that kind of thing, and it's something that I want to touch on a little bit later in this video. But in the process of not being able to sleep, what I was able to do was book everything for my next show. So we have decided that the experience in Portugal was so good, and we enjoyed the venue, the setup, the registration. Everything was just so smooth and so easy that we are going to go back to Portugal for the Amateur Olympia in less than 7 weeks. I booked accommodation. I managed to find an even nicer apartment that's a little bit bigger, a bit Brighton down by the beach. I paid for my registration, my photos, my stage video, and flights which are direct with Emirates both ways. Heaven. By the time it got to 5 AM, I decided I wasn't really going to sleep, so I got up and I did my cardio. My cardio has changed. I'm back to doing HIIT, but just 30 minutes in the morning, and then I prepared my breakfast, got all my meals ready, and I picked up Stitchy from Paula's. So I went to go and pick up Stitch. Darren is currently picking up Milo from kennels, and he will be home soon as well. I can't wait to have our animals back home again to snuggle with them, and although Milo is a little pickle, I did really miss him, and apparently he's got on really well in kennels. He's made friends with another little bulldog, and I can't wait to have our little family back together again. Good boy. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Oh my gosh, look at you. Hi. 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 Oh my gosh. Hi. Hi. Oh. Oh.
Good boy.
Oh. Straight into Stitch.
He's happy to see you, Stitch. Stitch is like,
Hey. Hi. Oh my gosh.
Stitch is your home, mate. Oh, God. Oh. It's all the links. Oh. Good boy. You checked everything, Stitch? Is the house alright? Good boy.
How funny does my tan look compared to my face? That is the only thing about post-show, is scrubbing all of this tan off, but in a few days it will be gone. I have a new training plan to follow as of today, and I've got a new meal plan. I'm going to show you what my pre-workout meal is right now. I still have 40 grams of cream of rice, which I prepared this morning, and 20 grams of whey, but with that I have 2 squares of dark chocolate. Now I just heated up this cream of rice, so hopefully the chocolate will melt. Maybe I need to heat it up a little bit more. Nice one, Bex. So I've just got to the gym now and I'm about to start this session. In fact, I'm actually an exercise in, but I need to introduce you to somebody. This is Isaac. Isaac, say hi to the vlog.
Hi to the vlog.
This guy is absolutely awesome. I've been training in this gym the entire prep, and every time I come in and he's on shift, he's been so helpful. He runs around to help me with the weights. He's always super supportive. He wished me luck in my show and congratulated me when I came back. This guy is an absolute legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sure.
I didn't actually film any of that session because I simply wanted to work through each exercise, really get my head in the game, understand what I needed to do in order to maximize each movement and execute it with really good form. And I have a new training split now, so I really want to make the most of the short time that I've got between shows to make those improvements and to bring a better package to stage. So the session I just completed now was delts and glutes, and the session tomorrow I've got is pull with Darren. I'm training 3 sessions on my training program now with Darren, 2 pull sessions and 1 leg day. I'm nervous and excited at the same time, but equally grateful that he's taken the time to assess what we need to work on in the short time frame that we've got, and that he's using his training session to really push me in these next 6.5 weeks. I need to do some posing now, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely wrecked. I feel so dead. When I'm done with posing, I'm gonna head home, get my post-workout meal, and then I've got coaching calls. Work doesn't stop. I'm back into my normal routine. I've got 4 coaching calls today. I don't have deep tissue with Paula later. I am literally probably gonna go to bed at about 8 p.m. A good few hours later, and as you can see, I am in the office, and I have my little munchkin here with me. He started off as a little puppy, being able to sit on my lap quite comfortably because he was tiny, but he got into that routine, and as he's grown, he finds it really hard to lay on my lap, so I've popped a blanket on, and now that seems to work fine. I'm just about to jump on another coaching call, but before I do, I just want to touch on why we've changed my training program and what the feedback was from the judges. Following the show, I got in touch with the head judge, Emilio, and he messaged me back and he gave me his honest feedback on what I need to do to improve. And he said that in general, I needed more condition, which I think we kind of knew, because when I checked in on the morning of the show, my condition was on point. Like, I had crazy lines in my legs. I had great detail in my back of my legs, glutes. But as the day went on, we feel like we peaked me too early, and what happened is my condition started to fade as the day went on. So the lines started to decrease, I wasn't looking as hard, and by the time I got on stage at 3 p.m, I was a lot softer, and it was really hard for me to flex on stage to be able to show that condition because it just wasn't there by the time the afternoon came around. He said that my structure for figure is incredible for the category, and that he really likes my shape and my overall balance. He said that my glute and hamstrings need to play a big part in the conditioning, which I think we knew. So I do have a good glute hand tie-in. I've got my adductors showing, but I just basically need to come in peeled next time. They need to look a lot harder, but for the rest, your physique is on point and you just need to mature as time goes on. So I'm gonna take that as a real positive, that I have got what it takes. I do have the structure, I do have the physique, but as Darren and I both know, the condition just wasn't there. So what is really good is that we're in a great position to push on now for 6.5 weeks. Like, because of how long I've been dieting and how long I've been prepping, from my starting point now to 6.5 weeks time or 45 days time, we can bring condition. So putting my food up, bringing the cardio down right now, puts me in a good position for us to bring me in tighter, leaner, and more defined for the next time I step on stage. Right, let's jump on this call with Agnes, who is one of my Business with Bex webinar clients, who is now doing bespoke coaching with me and absolutely killing it. She's got a coaching call with me now. She's about to launch her first challenge, which is epic, and I will pick you guys back up later. You guys would have thought that after this weekend, I would have had enough salmon in my life. Never. This salmon from Protein House is unreal. And as you can see, I now have rice back in my life, which is just amazing. Before I tuck into this meal, I thought I would quickly jump on here and talk to you guys about the topic of post-show blues, because I do think it is an actual thing, and I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with when they get into competing and bodybuilding. It's important to acknowledge that when you go on a journey like this, you invest so much time, energy, and effort into this one specific thing, this one specific goal, this one specific date. And there's so much anticipation around this thing. And I think when the time comes and you step on stage and it's all said and done, there is a massive come down. Like, it's normal to have a come down after putting yourself through this process and taking yourself to stage. However, I think it's also important to really understand that when you enter a sport like this, the reality is you're not going to win. Very few people win. Think about how many people step on stage in your category, in your class, how many people try and go through to the overall to earn a pro card. Like, sometimes there are tens, hundreds of people at this one particular show, and you're all going after the same thing. So I think when you enter a sport like bodybuilding, you really have to be realistic and understand that putting that win or that trophy on a pedestal like that can be quite damaging, quite dangerous, which is why I've always said that when you invest in a sport like this, all you can look to do is be your best and get better year on year, show on show. And it's something that I've always advocated for myself, which is why in my previous vlog on show day, I said no matter what happens today, I'm happy. I've brought my absolute best, and I know that I did, and I know that I will continue to bring my best. So this idea of getting blue or feeling sad or depressed after a show, I think comes from the misconception that if you don't do well, you don't place well, all of a sudden that time was wasted that you were prepping. When in actual fact, the whole journey was an opportunity for growth. It was an opportunity for you to learn something new about yourself, to challenge yourself, and to take your physique to a place it's never been before, which is bloody amazing. I had a lot of people ask me after the show how I was feeling, was I disappointed? Yes, of course, there's a level of disappointment, but not because I didn't win, because whoever won deserves to win, but more so that I wasn't able to bring my absolute best on the day, and that's never really happened for us before. I knew I was my best the morning of that show, the best I'd ever looked, and to have my physique kind of fade as the day went on and then not be able to showcase that on stage, that was where the disappointment was. But it is what it is, and you have to learn from it, and you have to move on, and we've got plans in place now moving forward. We know what we need to do to bring condition to this next show, and trust me, I know what it's like to not come first. I've come second, not once, not twice, but 6 times. This is the 6th time that I've come second, and I don't think it gets any easier, but you just get better at being more humble and congratulating the winner and supporting all those other people backstage and everyone else that's on the same journey as you. So rather than being disappointed after the result in a show and letting that kind of feeling make you blue or sad, think, what did I learn from this experience? What can I do moving forward? How can I continue to improve in this sport? Wow, that certainly didn't last long. I think it barely touched the sides. 2 minutes, inhaled it. I've got one more coaching call, but I'm just gonna pop outside now quickly with Milo because the sun is starting to set. Ugh, it's still very bright though. And he's happy to be in the garden. And I'm happy for him to be home too. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. Drop me a message if you are currently competing or on prep and you're having those feels, or if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, I'm here. And I will catch you in the next video very, very soon. I'm going to try and get hubby to film with me in the next one because we've got some crazy training days coming up and I think that would be fun to vlog. See you soon, guys.